Hello students, today I am going to teach you chapter 3 Deep Water. Let me tell you something about the author, William Douglas. Douglas was a leading advocate of individual rights. He was a judge at the Supreme Court of USA, retired in 1975 with a term lasting 36 years and remains the longest serving justice in the history of the court. The following excerpt is taken from O of Men and Mountains. Now let me give you the summary of the story first. The story has been taken from the author's autobiography of Men and Mountains. In this piece, he tells about his fear of water and how he conquered it by determination and willpower. As a child, when he was 3 or 4 years old, he would go to the beach in California with his father. He would get scared by the might of the huge waves which swept over him, and it instilled a fear in his subconscious mind. A few years later, in his eagerness to learn swimming, he joined a swimming pool where an incident further increased his terror. He was pushed into the pool by another boy and experienced death closely. Many years after the incident, he stayed away from water, but the desire to go fishing and swimming in nature was strong enough to motivate him to overcome his fear. He learned swimming with the help of an instructor who ensured that William knew swimming well enough to be able to swim in a huge lakes and waterfalls also. Still, when he would swim, the fear from his childhood experiences embedded in his subconscious mind would grip him over and over again. He wanted to conquer that fear. Now let me give you the explanation of the lesson. The writer narrates his experience. He was 10 or 11 years old when he had joined the YMCA swimming pool to learn swimming. He did not go to the Yakima River to swim as it was considered dangerous. This shows that he had a prior fear of water. William's mother would warn him not to go near the Yakima River and would discuss the various incidents of drowning. He felt that the pool at YMCA was safer. The shallow area of the pool was only 2 to 3 feet deep, while the deep area was 9 feet in depth. The slope from the shallow area of the deep area was not steep. He also got a pair of water wings to prevent drowning. He did not like to wear the swimming costume which exposed his thin legs, but as he was keen to swim, he gave up his self-respect and wore it. William says that he had always disliked water and recounts an older experience which, when he was 3 or 4 years old, he went to the beach in California with his father. They stood as a wave leapt towards them. William stuck to his father to save himself, but the strong wave threw him down as he was covered in water. He was scared as he could not breathe. His father laughed and tried to make him feel comfortable, but the little child was scared when he realized that the waves were so powerful. When William joined the YMCA swimming pool, the fear of water resurfaced in his mind. He gathered confidence by watching other boys swim and tried to copy them. He had done this twice or thrice at different occasions and had started gaining confidence when the incident happened. He had a narrow escape from death. When William reached the pool, no one was there, so he sat on the edge waiting for other boys to arrive. He was afraid to swim all alone in the pool. As the swimming pool was empty, William could see the bottom also. It had white colored tiles on it and looked white and clean like a bathtub. It had not been long since William had been sitting by the pool when a boy arrived. He was around 18 years of age, had a well built body with rippling muscles. He seemed to be a bully. He asked William if he wanted to be thrown into the pool. The boy picked William and threw him into the deep end of the swimming pool. William loaded on the surface of the pool in the same position as he had been sitting in. His mouth was open, and as he did not know swimming, he swallowed water as he sank into the pool. He was frightened, but he used his intelligence and on his way down the pool planned to push himself up when he reached the bottom. He thought that he would make a big jump to the surface, lie on his back and swim to the edge of the pool. William took a long time to reach the bottom of the pool. It seemed that the depth was 90 feet instead of 9 feet. He could not hold his breath and felt as if lungs would burst. When his feet touched the bottom of the pool, he gathered all his strength and jumped upwards. He had thought that the next moment he would come out of the pool, but the opposite happened. His movement upwards was slow, and when he opened his eyes, he saw water all around, which was yellowish in color. William got scared and tried to grab something, a rope which would help him reach the edge of the pool, but he got nothing other than water. William was at a loss of breath and tried to scream for help, but no sound came out of his mouth. His nose and eyes came out of water, but his mouth remained in it. William waved his hands at the surface of the water for help, but he swallowed water and choked himself. He tried to pull his legs up, but were very heavy and lifeless. He felt that something was pulling him towards the depth of the pool. He screamed, but his voice did not go out of the water. Once again, William started going down towards the bottom of the pool. William tried to save himself from drowning in the pool and tried to grab something, but as there was water all around, he could not do so. He compares the situation to a person who sees a nightmare and fights against the dreadful dream but is unable to ward it off. William was breathless. He felt pain in his lungs and his head felt a sensation of beating. He was getting unconscious, but he could recollect the plan to save himself and his feet touched the bottom. He would take a leap and jump up to the surface in a jiffy. Then he would lie on his back, hit the strokes with his limbs and reach the edge of the pool to safety. William sank into the pool and the journey downward seemed endless. He opened his eyes. There was water all around. It was yellowish glow and he could not see through it. This terrorized William. He says that his feeling cannot be explained, but it can only be understood by those who have experienced a similar situation. He was screaming in water. He was unable to move due to the fear. His screams also froze. Only his heartbeat and the beating in his head indicated that he was alive. In between the phase of terror, William recollected the plan that he had to take a jump as it touched the bottom of the pool. As he felt the tiles of the bottom of the pool, his feet used all the strength he had and jumped up. The effort went in vain. He was still submerged in water. He looked around for help, for any rope, ladder, or water wing of which he could rescue himself. He could only see water all around him. It was as if a chunk of yellow water had grabbed him. The terror grew intense. It was like an electric shock that ran through the whole body. He trembled with fright. He would neither move his limbs nor call out for help. Something strange happened, and William saw light. His eyes came out of the water. His nose was almost out of it. Then he started going downwards into the pool for third time. He tried to breathe and gulp water instead. The light went out as he drowned again. Then he stopped making efforts to save himself. William relaxed. His legs became lifeless and his brain experienced a blackout. The fear ended. He did not panic. He became quiet and experienced peace. He was not afraid of drowning anymore. He felt sleepy, was tired to jump up, felt nice to be carried in his mother's arms as he felt sleepy. William became unconscious as he drifted away towards death. When William gained consciousness, he was lying on his stomach beside the pool and was vomiting. He heard someone scolding the boy who had pushed him into the pool. The voice said that William had almost died. And the boy replied that he was fooling with him. The voice asked the boy to carry William to the locker room. After many hours, William walked home. He felt weak and shivered. He kept on crying as he lay on the bed. He was unable to eat food. William did not go to the swimming pool as he feared the water. He remained away from water. Thank you so much. Hope you have understood the first part. Next, rest in the second part. Thank you.